Welcome back to Fun Jewelry with Acrylic. This is the second video by Doris Charest. The materials you'll need are acrylic flow medium, beads, small rocks, 1 or 2 bezels. And a bezel is just a holder for the beads and the rocks. Let's watch the video to see how it's done. It's really easy. So here's my collection of beads and rocks. I have lots, and I spread them all out just to be able to find them. And I've started by putting just a few in and see how I liked it. So I sort of have a plan before we start. My plan may change, but so be it. So here we go. The first step, you can do it 1 or 2 ways. You can fill the container with beads and then add acrylic flow medium, or you can put the flow medium first and then add the beads. Both work really well. So here's an example of how I put the beads first and then I adjusted and added the flow medium. And here's another little version and one more. What we're going to do is something very similar. And here's another, is a few beads, rocks, just some square and circular beads. So now we're going to start. In the first one, we're going to put a little acrylic flow medium and then add the beads. But let's put the flow medium. And I'm using colored flow medium for this one. And then you make sure that it's spread out. You just have to move it around a little bit to make sure that the whole bottom is covered, so that each of the rocks or beads that you put in there are well and truly glued down. The acrylic flow medium acts like a glue, and if the bead is not touching it, it will fall off. So here I start with the 1 bead, and then I'll keep adding to it. And I fiddle with it and I play just to make sure that I like what I'm doing. And then I just keep adding beads until I'm happy. Now the base color for this one naturally will be blue, and there'll be bits of blue that peek in between the beads and the rocks. I'm just going to put a bigger bead underneath to make it level. My table isn't quite level. And I want to create a pleasing pattern so I can play with it as much as I like. And just play with it. Take the time. The acrylic flow medium does not set for at least 15 minutes. So you have about 15 minutes to play with it. I've sort of speeded it up a bit so that you can see how it's done more, and you don't have to wait as I make my decisions to see which I like better. So I just keep piling in the beads and the rocks and until the whole bezel is full. Now these bezels you can buy at any art supply store or craft supply store. They sell them in the jewelry section. Or you can order them on the internet. On the other one, I pile the beads and I add them until I'm happy. Notice there's no acrylic flow medium on that side yet. I don't do that yet. And then I add the pieces. I want to balance it out, so I add another long skinny piece, and then I pile little tiny rocks beside it. And we'll make believe I'm happy with this arrangement. Let's say I'm happy with that. Well, then I just leave it. And then I take a bottle of acrylic flow medium and I pour a little flow medium right on the top. And then I make sure that the flow medium just gets in every little nook and cranny. And it will naturally, just by leaving it. Remember, it has to be level. that really helps. And I want to add a little bead or something right on top of the bead so I don't see a little hole all the time. So I'm just looking for something that will work. And something to put on the top. A little black piece like that. Do I like that? No, I don't. So I take it off. Now that I like that more, with maybe another bead in the middle. Now that I like. So we're going to make sure that is there. I'm going to put the bead and just add the circle after. So I'm having trouble. The acrylic flow medium is very sticky and it's really hard and it sticks to your fingers. You might have to wash your fingers once in a while. So now I'm thinking about a copper piece there. So is that copper going to work? And I'm playing with that. So I'm trying to decide which one I like better. The one with the copper or the one with the circle. And I've liked the copper, so I add a little bit of that acrylic flow medium and I leave it. And that's it for now. We'll see you in the next section. Welcome back. You're not done yet. Finishing the products. To finish the pieces, you need to add a chain or a necklace to hang your bezel on. Then you'll be ready to wear the necklace. Now, chains and necklaces are available at any craft supply store in the jewelry section. Here are some examples of what the pieces look like that I worked with. So I have one with a dragonfly, and that's just a piece of an old earring. And then the rest is beads and small rocks. The copper piece on the right and the one on the bottom with the blue you saw, those are the ones we made. Here are some more examples. A stick or just some plain beads on the right. And just plain beads look great too. Now the bottom right one has a white base, so the acrylic flow medium was colored white. So have fun with this, and I hope to see you again. Look for me, DorisCharest.ca. See you soon.